straight to Twitch. Let's see. Am I dropping frames? Let's see. Dude, it was restream. I freaking knew it. I knew it. Like, I knew it had to be. Like, it had to be restream. There's no way. No, it's happening. It was not you. It was totally me. Look at this. Dude. Freaking restream. What a piece of garbage. Okay? Oh, I literally went outside and like moved my moved my freaking cable. Like, I thought it was me. But my internet is it's like the fastest it's ever been. I restarted my computer twice, okay? Like this is the fourth time is the charm. We're just doing Twitch, okay? I'm only Twitch from now on, okay? That's it. Twitch is it, okay? They've got the goods, all right? Yeah, this is sweet. Okay, this is much better. Look at this. Oh my gosh, this is so clean and like nice. Freaking A, dude. All right, well, I will just post this manually. Let's see. Oh my gosh, like what a pain in the butt. Like, honestly, I think I've been trying this for like 45 minutes. It's not good. It is not good. All right, let me see. Freaking A, dude. Let's see. Streaming on Twitch only because restream, restream freaking what they do to me. Restream ruined everything. All right, let's see. Twitch.tv Soccer. There we go. Perfect. And like, I don't even care. Honestly, at this point, I don't even care. Like, I don't even care what I do. You know, like I had an hour and I used it up. So now I really only have like half an hour, right? Freaking A, dude. Freaking A. I'm just like, oh, I'm going to stream on all platforms. I should fix that. Honestly, I shouldn't use Restream. Like, I should not use Restream at all. Like, all that stuff I just went through, Restream just lost me. Honestly, like, totally lost. Like, I will never use Restream again. That was terrible. Even one time is all it takes. Freaking piece of garbage. All right, anyway, look, this is where I am. Okay? All right? Okay, this stupid thing. Okay. All right. Shoot, that is slow. All right. So this is crazy, right? But yeah, this is honestly there's a lot going on here. But to tell you the truth, it's not that bad. I can walk you through this. So this is how close I am, right? It was like books.vercel or something. What was it? Vercel something? Books next book search. That's what it is. Okay, so this is how close I am, right? So this is Vercel's. Okay. All right. And this is mine. I mean, Vercel's looks better. I'll give him that. Okay. I'll give him that. This I have a weird width on this, and I don't know why. But yeah, I've got the little dumb scaling thing, right? We got the scaling, right? We got the object contains. But I will say, I like mine better because the data is better, all right? Like by default, you load it up and you see books you actually recognize, right? Catcher in the Rye, Animal Farm, Anne Frank, okay? We got The Hobbit, Divergent, which, what is Divergent? Oh, that's that movie. Okay, which is, I guess apparently it's a book. To Kill a Mockingbird, you got Twilight in there, all right? Yeah, this is a much better sorting. So let me just walk you through what I have, all right, right now. And what I'm kind of stuck on, right? This is, I always like, I go, oh, htmx, it's going to be great, all right? htmx is going to be great. I'm going to make this project. It's going to be server driven. It's going to be incredible. And then I start to mess with the tools and I go, dang it, this is terrible. I go, shoot, like I want to love htmx. I want to love Hotwire and Livewire and Live View. And I want to love all these things. Okay. I want to be like, this is the best. Like I've found the one. Okay. I found the one for me. But what ends up happening, right? I love how I streamed 4 times and now everyone's like, you're not really streaming. you're not really streaming. All right, let me see. I actually had the chat up in this other window, but I don't think a single let's look. I think Restream ruined everything. Dude, all right, let me see. Hold on. How can I edit layout? Oh, there we go. How do I add stuff up here? How do I do that? What if I just zoom out a little bit because it's crazy? Let's see. Quick actions, maybe? Oh, no. Stream health? That's a healthy stream. All right. That is a healthy stream. Let's see. Stream preview. Yeah. Dude, what? Oh, 1080p? It better be. It better be 1080p. What do I do? What do I do? How do I get more stuff up here? Like what? Oh, nope. I don't actually know how to do this. What if I can I reset it? Cancel? Is it possible to reset this completely? I don't know if it is because I got rid of the view count and now I'm kind of curious. Restream actually shows the views, which is kind of nice, honestly, but whatever. All right. I'm just talking to myself, okay? I'm going to start building. Okay. All right. So anyway, this is what I have. All right. This is what I have. And I want to love htmx. I want to love React too. Like I want to love it all. Like I want to just feel like this is good enough. There's something deeply wrong with me. Okay? And maybe we can solve it on the stream. Okay? There's just something maybe it's the web. Maybe it's the web itself, right? Maybe it's not me, right? Maybe it's the web. Anyway, so look, let me just walk you through this. All right. Before I go off, and I start to show you some weird stuff that I did with WebAssembly. Before I go off and do that, let me just walk through this. So this is I love this, by the way. This is great. All right. So anyway, so let's start with the database, right? So this is vercel's. I imported the CSV, right? And I have to sort of like extract a good schema out of this with like group by. I also spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to do collation, and like I went down the rabbit hole of SQL-like collation, and I almost ditched relational databases altogether. I was like, forget this. This is madness. Like I can't believe this is a thing. I'm going to do a key value store. Like I'm always on the verge of like, I'm going to make games. Like forget this web stuff. All right. I'm going to make games instead. I'm right on the edge. I'm right like on the precipice. All right. Anyway, so here's a schema, right? Here's a schema. All right. I was excited to recreate this, but now that I've gone through it, I'm like, what a pain in the butt. Like what a just absolute nightmare. All right. So this is my like, I had to also change my DB macro to be much, much better. So this is now handled, right? Or I guess not handled, right? I need to do checking and like, oh, does this, I need to check like that this column exists in the subquery from. I need to check all that stuff. But for now, I just wanted to like get it working, right? So you can do this in the macro, which is insane. So I did this thing where I did group concat, right? So basically, the query returns 3 columns, right? It's got the letter, right, which you see here, right? This is 50 Cent's book, right? And then you've got the letters, right, and the count of the letters. So, and then here are the actual like names of the authors underneath the drop down, right? Of course, What's funny is if I look at the source for vercels, there's probably some weird React state change going on, which there doesn't need to be. Here, I'll show you how this one works, right? Because I don't know if a lot of people know, but there's like a dialogue element, right? And there's also a summary element, right? MDM. What is it called? Disclose details. The details element. And like if you squint at this, like I know it's unstyled, but if you squint at this thing, you're like, wait, that's a drop down, right? Oh, I have a little tear in reality right here. Look at that. Did I get it? I got it. Okay, so anyway, yeah, this is a drop down. And the dialogue is a modal, right? The dialogue is a modal, and we don't we don't actually need JavaScript anymore. So yeah, a lot of the stuff in here, which is so funny to think because I've recreated most of this, except for the active search, but that is a solved problem with htmx. But just this stuff, you don't actually need to do that, and it's quite fast. Like just rendering all these elements is actually pretty quick. Like HTML doesn't really have a problem, right? Like it actually is all right. But you know what, htmx did fail me, and I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, so there's like this, I have this no case collation on the books, and like I'm trying to like have a decent schema, which in reality you would have book and then its properties and then author and their properties as separate tables. And you might join. Might be a join situation. But here, it's a group by situation. It's a nested group by situation to get it to go. Whatever. And a group to get, right? Whatever. With this weird split. Anyway, so yeah, that works. And then that's literally one query, right? I don't know what the vercel people have done. We could look at it, but this is all it is in the end, right? If you look at this Rust code, it's just this dv.select authors. And of course, like, you know, I'm like, you can say, oh, the macro, like there's a lot of stuff, like blah, blah, blah. But yeah, why is that? So yeah, this, so I have the authors, right? And that's like call span 3, blah, 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 blah. I loop through the authors, and I like to keep my like HTML functions, view functions, components, whatever you want to call them. I like to keep them pure. Okay, I like to keep them pure. So here we go. So we've got authors, and authors is here, right? And then the query is what I was showing you is here. And then I've got books, right? So the books side of it, right? That's where things started to break down for me. And I was like, it was like that meme. It was like that Simpsons meme. Whereas like, are the React developers right? No, everybody else is wrong. I'm right. But yeah, I did. So 50 cent HTMX. I'm so like annoyed by the streaming situation. Okay. I honestly shouldn't even be streaming, to tell you the truth. I'm not in like the right mindset to stream. HTMX let me down. HTMX let me down because I could not do this, right? Like so in this demo here, right? We've got two things going on, right? This is a controlled component. But the other thing is like, so they put the names down here, which I have a solution for that. And I thought it had to do with WebAssembly, but I don't think it does, right? I think it's a hypermedia situation. Like, I think this is an empty component, right? I think this is an empty component. Because like if you clear, yeah, it does change the URL. But I wonder actually like how it's pretty quick. And I think they're trying to like show off the optimistic reads, which I'm fairly sure I can do without my weird WebAssembly thing that I did. I think I don't know. I have an idea, but I don't know if all of this like struggling to recreate the wheel is like worth it in the end, you know? I mean, I haven't actually looked at the vercel like the code. Let's look at it. All right, let's look at it. Stupid thing. All right, let's just look at the actual repo and see. Oof, I'm already saying it's definitely worth it, right? It is definitely worth it not to have to deal with this. And then we've got like, what is scripts? What is that? Oh yeah, that's just the CSV import. Okay, so we've got like a route with ID, which I don't like. We've got like this layout thing. This looks okay, right? This looks all right. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is I was like, what am I looking at? Yeah. Okay, so then we've got a thing of components, right? And so there's like the panel, right? Which is it takes selected authors and all authors, right? Which makes sense, right? And it's got like this router transition, and then you've got the optimistic stuff, right? I don't know if this is better. Reduce author groups. Yeah, I'm trying to like I'm trying to think about how I would even do this in htmx. Yeah, honestly, I mean this is a lot. Like this is a lot though. Wait, hold on. Wait, did I ruin this? I ruined this thing. Hold on. What did I do? Oh, that's this. There. Okay. I love the return. Ag in the comment returns the accumulator. Oh, I didn't see that, right? I didn't even see that thing. Let me see. Oh, return the updated accumulator. Yeah. I'm not even sure. Like, I feel like there is an HTMX solution to this problem. Like, all right, let me just show you kind of what I was thinking, and then like how I can simplify it without WebAssembly, because like I went into a whole side quest on WebAssembly the other day, like without WAS and bindgen, and I was like, this is something, you know, it's something. So yeah, let me show you what I'm talking about. So if I go to like optimistic to dos, right? It's got a lot of stuff, right? For what it is. But let me just walk through the server side first, and then we can talk about the client side. So it's literally a counter, right? And so I have some server routes here, and my idea is like, I think the React people are correct in some way, and the way they're correct is the latency issue can be an issue, and it's kind of almost it's like a product. It's like a sign of a good product if you handle high latency and offline, right? And ideally, it's kind of nice if you handle both of them, right? And you don't treat them separately, right? So like HTMX's loading indicator, I don't know why I'm putting so much thought into this. HTMX's React people, React Andes, HTMX's loading indicator it's fine, but it's like the tip of the iceberg, right? It's like the tip of the iceberg. So I saw who's the guy from Tailwind? What's his name? Tailwind CSS Adam. Is that his name? There, Adam Wathan, right? Adam Wathan with an N. So I saw this tweet, and so if you look at this, he like adds it, and it's gray while it's loading. So it's almost like a custom loading indicator based on the content. So it's like the opposite of like that dumb skeleton loading thing that all the React apps use all the time. It's actually like it shows you sort of like what it will look like, I guess. I honestly don't even know if this makes sense outside of counters and to-dos. But the idea is that you have a server router and you have a client router, right? And I've gone over this before, but it was service workers and is more complex, right? So the idea is that you share your routes, right, between the server and the client, right? So, yeah, I had this like let's just take this one, right? It's increment on this counter, right? So this counter is if I go to get slash, I render it here, right? And so I have a div, right? It's not a form, which is, I'm starting to think forms also kind of let me down a little bit because we're like fighting legacy stuff when it comes to like multiple checkboxes and like I want to serialize form data to JSON easily, and like duplicate names in the form should be JSON arrays. It should be the key name and a JSON array. So anyway, so I'm like, forget forms, right? Like, what if we just take htmx to the end, right? What if we took it to the end? What does it look like, right? Well, it looks like this. Events bubble up still to the top component, so we get that for free, right? And you can sort of just like say what the event is. So like, if I click any one of these buttons, right, this div will receive the bubbled up event, right? And then I can sort of do Alpine Ajax style, like X replace, which is like, we're going to replace count, right? And count is defined here, but it's used here, right? So like it's all IDs. It's like a list, it's like a space delimited list of IDs. Is that baby done yet? Look, Bad Cop, just let me just take my time, all right? I'm trying to just think through things, okay? But no, not yet. I just keep Back Up. I keep going, can this be better? Can this be better? Right? All right, anyway, so there's X replace, right? So that like takes the outer HTML element and replaces it. And then instead of a form, right? Like instead of a form, we can do what's called like you define the inputs, which are IDs, and the values could be the literal child. No, the literal baby is not done yet. No, the due date is like in August sometime. So yeah, we still got 3 months, right? Keep me posted. Okay, I will. That's pretty soon. Yeah, Oblivion. What? You've been in here this whole time? So anyway, all right. I'm hoping that having a baby will help me be okay with the mediocrity of web development tools, so I can just ship things, right? As a Scrum Master, let's try to get it done in 3 sprints. I think if we add 3 more women to this problem, we can get it done in a month. All right, we can get it done in a month, no problem. If only we had 9 women, right? And we could split it. We could split this problem. All right, let me see. So anyway, so here's like the meat of it, right? Is like events bubble up. There's no forms. Instead of forms, you can define where the inputs come from, right? And the inputs can come from anywhere, right? Because those are also sort of X name arguments. So they're either IDs, right? Or they're X name, right? But if you already have an ID, I'm like, just use there's no X name, just use the ID, right? So it's kind of like some implicit things, which I'm not quite sure on, but yeah. So X in, and then X replace, and there's also like X update, which is like the inside of a thing, but yeah. I'm recreating htmx a little bit, but I'll get to why this is different in the first place. So here's X post, right? And it goes to, so you can see I have 4 buttons, right? And the first 2 are what I call optimistic, right? And optimistic means that the JavaScript, when it gets called, right? So here's an event listener, right? I take all the inputs and I get whichever action you do, right? Post by default. I save the existing HTML that you're about to replace, right? Just in case it fails, right? And then I have this exports thing, which is from WASM BindGen, right? I had an interview prep call when you started streaming. Oh, okay. Imagine using buttons in 2024. What does that even mean? Wow, what is happening? Metamy, what does that even mean? This week I have a final interview for a sales engineer role, which is new to me. Oh, sales engineer. Sweet. Making that money. All right. Exports is WASM, right? And so what do I have here? I'll show you what I have. Okay. The point was absurdity. Mission accomplished. All right. So let me show you the WASM, right? 18 years of SWE and DevOps. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. So you're just like done with it. You're like done with SWE. Okay. So let me see. So here's WASM BindGen. Because I gave up. Like, honestly, I was like, oh, I'm going to like bit twiddle and like choose a zero allocation, like all stack memory, just keep a pointer to the WASM linear memory. It's going to be great. And I was going down this route and I was like, this is out of control. I'm never going to finish this thing. I'm never, like, it's never going to happen. So I gave up on that. So anyway, here's ink, right? So what happens is, right, the front end router looks like this. It's so dumb. But basically, like, I dispatched to ink just to like prove that this works, right? So here, and then so what happens, right, is I actually have I serialize the div as JSON, right? And so I'm using serde to deserialize. And then I have this is shared between the front and the back, right? Using shtml, okay? Using hitml, all right? The S is silent. And you've got counter.count plus 1, right? And it returns immediately, right? From the WebAssembly, right? And then it's the same thing with that. So anyway, after that happens, right? So here's if there is HTML, I update the DOM right away, right? And like here, I actually after I update the DOM, I go to the server and do the thing. So, I mean, if this thing actually runs, I can actually show it to you. I don't even think it's going to run. Oh, shoot, it actually did run. It actually did run, though. It actually ran. I'm kind of surprised that this is working. All right, so anyway, this is ugly, right? This is super ugly. So like here you go, right? And then if we look at the network tab, right? And we go to like I'm on super high latency, right? So let's refresh this, right? So I think I have a way to do this even simpler though, like by pre-rendering like what I expect. So I reloaded, right? I'm at super high latency, which is, let me show you what it is. Super high latency is network conditions. How do I show you what this is? Let me see, super high latency is 1,000. It's 1 second of latency. All right, so it's 1 second of latency, right? So here I have like this. So see how it happened, right away? And then so here's the call to the thing. We can make this a little bigger. So here's deck, right? So here we're pending, and then it finishes, right? We're pending, it finishes, right? And so you're seeing the payload is the request payload, but the response is 23, right? So if I refresh again, I save it in the database because, you know me, I'm going to save it in the database. So yeah, and if I do like a server ad, you can like see that it doesn't work at all, right? Because apparently I got rid of my server ad thing. What did I do? Oh, that's what I did. I was like, I don't understand how this is working. Let's go to routes. All right, we'll just do this. Server inc. Server deck. Is that what I did? All right, but same routes though, right? Same routes. All right. So let's do like a server ad, right? I clicked it already, but it is taking forever. Let's try again. Oh my gosh, are you freaking serious right now? It doesn't even work. But anyway, that's the thing, right? Is you can keep going and like all these are pending, but they finally happened, right? Yeah, local. Yeah, Metame. Like, I am not always accidentally successful with skill issues. Yeah, give me for a good Metame. I swear to you, like Metame. I swear. All right, I swear. I like. You get it though. Okay, you get it. Have I looked at this loco.rs thing in Rails on Rust? Dude, honestly, like loco, I am not impressed. Like, I know that, like, let me tell you. I've been programming Rails professionally on and off, mostly on, for since 2012, right? So, oh my gosh, it's been 12 years, right? Um, Let me tell you. I mean, I know the saying, there's languages, or I guess in this case, frameworks that people complain about, and there's frameworks that no one uses, right? I get it. Like, if you're using the thing, you have complaints about it. But it's, to me, it's like a spectrum, right? It's like a gradient, right? Since the golden age of Rails, yeah. Like 2012 was like the peak Rails. That's true. But honestly, like no, I would say Rails was great, but I don't think today it is, because it makes a lot of things really hard. Even if you take away, like, if we're talking just straight business, right? We're not even talking about dumb coding anymore, right? We're not talking about dumb software engineers in our opinions, right? Let's take it from a business case, right? You're like, oh, let me do Rails new. Let me do Rails G. Let me do all this stuff. Like, let me not even use the generators. Let me just start just shoving. I'm saying by default, Rails is bad, right? Like, you can use stuff like Flex, which makes it better, right? Active record is okay, but honestly, like, Rails by default, action view is like turbo frames and action view together are like my nightmare scenario. Like, I have to do render part. There's so much typing I have to do to get partials, which are like Rails' really ghetto components. And I can't believe that Rails has not updated to what GitHub GitHub famously, they've written view components, right? And so they were like trying to like take away the pain of Rails templates by like shoving them in strings at the top of these files, right? They're like trying to do this, but like it's not working. Like it doesn't, like, look at how verbose this is. And I know you can like make a function or whatever to like hide the pain, but Rails doesn't have Ruby doesn't have macros. So like, yeah, you can have dynamic dispatch, but you can't actually like rewrite the code before it runs. Yeah. Got her. Oh, well, it's true. It's true. I popped up. I popped up like a Dodrio. You know what I mean? But I can't even read this. I'm not gonna read that. Okay, I'm not gonna read this. I'm not gonna say these words. Rails was great when there wasn't anything great, but DHH is rich, so that means Rails is good. Yeah, Metame, honestly, like, before I understood how to program. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna say that. All right, so DHH is rich, but his being rich is not a function of Rails. His being rich is being in the right place at the right time, right? Like, DHH is rich because he got into web stuff fairly early, and there can't read. Saying a Valley Girl accent. That already is my accent. I already have a Valley Boy accent, so I can't make it any worse. But yeah, I don't like, in terms of product, all, if you go to a Rails, every job I've worked at that uses Rails, you go, everyone goes, hey, do you use Basecamp or like Hey at all? They're like, no, we don't use that. It's like, everyone who writes Rails like doesn't use the products from 37 Signals, but those are like Rails's like flagship things, and Shopify and GitHub. But Shopify and GitHub they've moved on, like, from Action View specifically. I know they keep saying like Rails is good, but they've written so much crap around Rails that it's hardly Rails anymore, right? Like Shopify being Rails, it I mean it's like that's a joke. Like it's not what 37 Signals is doing, right? And like GitHub being Rails, they're moving to React. Like it's bad. Like that's how bad Action View is. I like 3 years ago I had a coworker go to Shopify to write Ruby on Rails. Yeah. They're writing Ruby on Rails. Like it's such a small sliver of their infrastructure. And they always say, oh, like Ruby on Rails scales. Like, oh, it's Black Friday. And like, yeah, but they've got like Rust and like Go. Like, dude, what? Closure to Ruby on Rails. I will say, I think closure to Ruby on Rails is probably, it's a downgrade in some ways, but it's an upgrade. Cotter, I'm not going to TwitchCon. I should have gone this year because it's San Diego and I actually know people in San Diego. But yeah, it's just one of those big company benefits. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Rails, I don't like Loco. Look, I'm just going to tell you, like, anything that is like Rails, that, like, the idea that it forces you into this thing, like, I don't like I know the conventions are supposed to be good, right? I get it. But, like, look at all of this, right? This is, I know you'll get used to it, but it just feels like a lot. Like you're having to bend your mind around like how to think about your problem instead of just attacking it head on. You know what I mean? Like when I define a route in Axum, I'm just like this. Like, what is this route? What is the name of it? And like some database stuff, done. It looks more like React or PHP, right? And I think that's a better thing because like we have Go definition. And I think a lot of, honestly, this is my theory about why DHH wrote Rails, because wrote Rails the way he did. He was using TextMate, right? And as far as I'm aware, TextMate does not have like go-to definition, right? And it does not have like show references. So I think he wrote Rails to be file-based so he could find things easy with the file search. Honestly, that's my whole theory. And like everyone got behind it and they were like, this is great. All these controllers and stuff. This is amazing. Like, yes, of course you want 5 html.erb files to show CRUD. Of course you do, right? In a views folder. Of course. I'm trying to go to not TechCrunch. I said TechCrunch. At TwitchCon, I can only imagine for an empty project. Yeah, Rex Ace, what's up? High separation of concerns and low cohesion. Shoot. Yes. Oblivion, yes. I think that's what you would say. It's high separation of concerns and low cohesion. So it's like the opposite of htmx locality of behavior, right? I can't look at something on my screen and figure out like where it goes or like what's happening. I have to now visit every single thing. And like there's so many implicit things in Action View that it's like hard to understand what's going on, right? Who just don't know how to program is a joke, I think. I mean, like the goal, just like SQL, right, MetaMe, is to enable you to write things faster, right? Like, yeah, we can all program a B tree, I guess, and like a B plus tree and like do file sync stuff. But it's like, we'll never get anything else done. We'll spend our whole lives trying to rewrite SQLite, right? So instead, let's just write SQL, right? So Rails is like that, where you just want some HTML on the screen, you want some forms, some database, right? Some stuff. You don't want it to look like trash, right? With like no code stuff. And you want it to be like easier to change. Is like the spectrum is like no code, low code, hard to change because like you have to go into the little GUI thing and like try to figure out all this crap. And like there's nodes sometimes that you have to connect together. And then that's like harder to change. Easy to start, hard to change. Rails is easy to start and also less hard to change. Rust is hard. So then at the other end of the spectrum, Go is like pretty easy to start, pretty easy to change. Then like Rust is like hard to start but super duper easy to change, right? Yeah. DH my goat. The world changed when he invented Laramid. Dude, come on. MVC 10x interaction. Yeah, it's true. At that point, you scratch. Dude, what in the world? Man, dude. Honestly, this is my theory about you guys on Twitch and like people who watch programming. You guys are all 100% cracked, and you look at the world and you're like, why does this exist? Like, why is this happening? Like, what are these web people doing, right? Scalable Scratch. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's like all of like business oriented programming, right? Is like what trade-offs are we making for like ease of like starting and ease of changing, right? And like it seems like the harder something is to start with, which not really the case with Ryde. Okay, with Ryde it's easy. But like uh it seems like the harder it is to start with something, the easier it is to change over time. And the easier it is to start something, the harder it is to change over time because like it's sort of like it's like a physical law of like information systems or something. Like it, it's almost like it's almost like you start something and there's so many layers below you that to make a change is like it's like a Herculean thing, right? And then if you start with less layers, it's like you have to sort of build up to that point, but like you actually on the way you understand all the layers below you and you own them, so it's like easier to change, you know. I'm gonna teach my kids Scratch. I probably will not. I don't think I'm gonna teach my kid programming. Tell you the truth, I don't actually know. You can't get everything for free. There's complexity somewhere. Yes. My Ruby arc lasted 5 minutes because I couldn't get the LSP working. Definitely correct. Yeah, I mean, Ruby's tooling also, that's my other thing. It's like the only thing you could do is use RubyMine. That's it. Like you have to use this JetBrains IDE to write Rails decently. Like otherwise, there's no other tool that exists on planet Earth that can understand Ruby code statically. Because Ruby code is like insane. Like it just doesn't exist. Rails is much easier, right? To like do that. So there's no way to like find your way around without these like hard coded JetBrains like rules, right? In a Rails thing. But yeah, no, Rails tooling it's horrible. It's horrible. Outside of that, I mean, I got Solargraph. Solargraph. Not using that proprietary slop. Look, I was using Solargraph, but honestly, like JetBrains is, I mean, the Rails stuff is pretty good, right? But I also hate JetBrains. Like I don't like IDEs. Classic static analysis challenges in a dynamic world. Yeah, it's true, right? I mean, so really, like the reason that Loco does not really interest me is because of the idea that like some guy using TextMate almost 20 years ago, right? Actually it was 21 years ago, right? Switching to Rust Rover. Get out of here. So the idea that some guy using TextMate 21 years ago had it correct when it came to like abstractions because he just wanted to see all the files in the file tree because he couldn't navigate with go to definition. I don't think that's the right way to do it in Rust. Ryde is more like, and I know you'd say like, oh, it's like Sinatra, but Ryde is like it's like better because like, I know it on a superficial level, it seems like Sinatra, but you get all of Axum, right? It's just, I sort of hide some of the complexity from you. But I'm letting like more complexity go, but by just giving you like typed routes, right? And like easy database stuff, right? And I even added some more here by this freaking stuff, like, you know, so you can pass in any database URL you want. And then I have this like, now you like get this DB struct from the DB macro, you know? So this, I mean, I think this is more like what Rails would look like in Rust. Like if it was like Rusty, right? And it didn't like require random files to be in your file system. Um, very kind of Ruby. Yeah. But I think this is more like what it would look like. And like the reason I really love this and why this is better than Rails in like a lot of ways, why Axum is better than Rails in a lot of ways, and like a lot of things, is because each of your handlers is a pure function, right? So like this DB could come from anywhere. Like in a test, you can just pass it in, right? And the query params also, this type could be anything, right? And it could come from anywhere. You can redefine it like anytime you want for a test, right? So yeah, it's pretty sweet, honestly. DB over the wire. I don't hate the basic DX of Sinatra, and it's why Express was so popular. Yeah, I think that that's a better way to do it, especially statically, because like if I ever get lost, I'm like, oh, where does this come from? Oh, here it is. Right. Oh, where is this used? Oh, there it is. Right, of course. Oh, where's this defined? Oh, it's right there. Yeah. Okay, sweet. Like I don't have to like go through the file tree. Like, oh, let me find the file. Like, I mean, you could organize it into files if that's what you're into, but yeah. So yeah, for me, like, I don't know. I just it's just easier ways to do it, and like Rust is so powerful compared to Ruby that you can do this and it makes sense, right? Like this HTML macro makes sense in Rust, right? Whereas in Ruby it makes no sense because it's so slow that trying to do this would be terrible, right? But with more powerful computers, which DHH loves to say, hey, let's do solid cache because we don't need Redis anymore because computers are faster. Computers are faster. Yeah, that's correct. So we can do things like this and it's fine, you know? But yeah. I don't hate the basic. Oh yeah. It says he doesn't like IDEs. Use Go definition. Got me. You got me. Okay. Am I going to actually do something? Oh, you know what? You reminded me though. Honestly, you reminded me of something. Oh, that's what it was. DV over the wire. It was that. Did you guys see that thing? That local first thing. 0 local first. Is that what it's called? 0. Hold on. This freaking. Is it? So stupid. Honestly, so dumb. Let's see. Logo first. What was it? Oh, let's just go to Dax's freaking thing. What is Dax's? I don't even know what his name is. What is it? Is it Dax? It's not Dax. It's this, right? Okay, so let's see. Blah blah blah. Local first apps. Oh my gosh! All this random tweet stuff. It was some database syncing thing that I thought was really interesting. I honestly don't even know. Like, I honestly don't even know. I don't even know where it is now. I wish I could show you this. Command F. Yeah. Metamy, thanks. But I don't actually know what it's called. I don't know if it's called 0, though. Let me see. 0, local first. Yeah. I don't know where it is. The Command F only works if you know what it is. Checking coffee. What's up? One day I want to go through your setup of how you got the book site up and running so quickly the other day. Deploy plus subdomain. I don't deal with that stuff often. But not now. I'm watching a movie. All right, not now. We'll do it later. Why is his hair upside down? You gotta ask him, right? We gotta ask him. Yeah. I don't know. That's a good question. That is a good question. Man, I really want to show you this though. I forgot where that local. It was like a local first, thing. Maybe it's down here. Maybe I just didn't go far enough. Oh, here it is. Right. Here, 0 sync. Finally. Okay. Yes, we found it. Okay. All right. So we could go over this real quick. Developing web applications. Insanely complex. Blah blah blah. Tile pilot tech. Blah blah blah. Client side code, server side code, APIs to tie them together. Data fetching, state management, hydration, web sockets. Oh man, and a whole lot more. And once you're done, the resulting app still isn't very good. I will say this. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. I have some ideas about how you can just stick attributes on stuff, and like it's like Tailwind for HTML, but stuff comes from the DOM instead of WebAssembly. I don't know. We'll see. Impressive that I found it. All right, it's time for a rethink. We're building a general purpose sync engine for the web. You put 0 in front of your existing database, and we distribute your backend all the way to the main thread of the UI. I don't know if I want my backend distributed. But yeah, so basically there's like this little diagram, right? Some SQL, right? The 0 client is connected over a WebSocket to the 0 cache, and then the SQL keeps going. The SQL got lost here, but then it's found over here, right? So that's like a feature, I think. And then replication, right? And then it comes back to the cache, right? And then it goes back over the WebSocket, and the SQL comes back again. I don't actually know like how this solves the thing. Oh wait, you get a client-side API that looks like an embedded DB, but to which you can issue arbitrary hybrid queries that span the entire database, including the server. Yep. But anyway, I think this is cool, but I don't. Let's look at some code. Okay, so we synchronize most frequently used 100 megs of data to a client-side persistent cache. This cache is used automatically to the maximum extent for queries. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Shoot, that's actually pretty cool. All right, let me see this. ID string usually resolves instantly, updates reactively. It is interesting. But I thought like databases are super hard, right? Like these are like the hardest problems ever, right? They're feature gating your Arc connection pool and selling it as a service, and you're laughing. It usually resolves instantly, updates reactively. I mean, because like that's it. It's one way to solve the problem, right? Like my idea is like a client router, right? Like a client router like solves some of the complexity. Did I add this? Did I add this though? Let me see. Did I add this? I did, right? Anyway, so the client router kind of solves the problem, right? Because now like I have WASM and I can return stuff arbitrarily. I can return HTML arbitrarily, but like from the server's perspective, it doesn't look any different than like htmx, right? So I'm just like doing a post, but like transparently, this my htmx like thing, my hypermedia thing, is like going through the WASM to get the new HTML first, and then going to the server, and like then coming back and saying okay or no, right? I mean, it's like, but then you sort of have to like do a lot of stuff. But this might be a little better. Just wire it directly to your UI. No APIs, no state management, no real-time goop. Use query 0.playlisttrack.join. .clone doesn't get more distributed than that. Okay, so this is like your, okay, I see. So this is like your query, this is like your database, right? So you join the track, select track, album, okay, and like, I don't really understand the syntax. I think these are columns, and oh yeah, that is, okay. So you can like arbitrarily query random stuff. Like this would be an n+1, but since your data's local, it doesn't matter, right? Is that what they're saying? And then playlist ID, order by, right? Limit. Okay. So you can like get a bunch of stuff in like what would be an n+1, but it doesn't matter because it's SQLite basically on the client. Let's see, on starred Boolean, 0 track update, starred. Okay. Track row, track on star. Okay, and it's in a loop too. Where is track row? Oh, that doesn't exist. Okay. This architecture provides instant 0 millisecond responses for almost all user interactions. The user taps a button and the UI instantly updates in the next frame. Yeah. I mean, that's like my client router too, but it's not related to data at all. I mean, it is because the data can come from the server. Automatic reactive queries. A user changes something and all of the users see the change live. Yeah, definitely don't have that. I definitely have not solved that at all. Dramatically faster development velocity. Almost all features can be built completely client-side with no need for new server-side APIs to be built and deployed. Let me, oh shoot, man, it's 1:49. I'm going to actually do a little coding. I think everyone's done talking, so I'm just going to start coding. Stability. Zero can work with any amount of backend data. It doesn't require syncing all data to the client up front or knowing which data you'll need ahead of time. If the app needs data which hasn't already been synced, it is synced on demand. All data to the client or knowing which data you'll need ahead of time. If the app needs data which hasn't already been synced, it is synced on demand. You can use Zero to build all kinds of web apps from blogs to to collaborative spreadsheets, but where Zero really shines is local first style applications like linear and superhuman. Everyone wants to make linear. Everyone just wants to make linear. Well, I should try to make it and see how hard it really is, right? I bet you I can come up with like really cool patterns to like solve these things, but I haven't even tried. These apps can be built in a fraction of the time it would take to build even an old-fashioned server rendered web app. It will be, of course, like this zero sync stuff. You have to use React, right? It's like if you're not using React, you're out of luck, right? It's like, well, too bad, losers. We're using React now. Zero is a combination of everything we've done with sync over the past 5 years, right? So this is like replicache people, which replicache is really cool. I will say that replicache is like really, really cool. And I watched this video. I thought it was really cool. I mean, yeah, maybe I just give up, right? And I just use React, right? It's Firebase, but fast. It's Firebase, but also with like WebSockets, I think, right? It's a reduction, but on purpose. Yeah, I think so. I think it's like Firebase, but yeah. Yeah, it's like abstracting the queries. I didn't really think about that, I guess. But now that I'm thinking about it, it kind of makes sense. Like this idea of like, IndexedDB or like the file storage API, right? You can get like so you can treat like a cache, and like maybe you keep a few things in cache, and then if they don't exist, you go to the server. DB is your backend thing. It's more like DB is your back. Yeah, I know Firebase is trying to like be the whole backend though, right? This I think is more like, I think you might actually talk to this on Zero. Let's see, your web app. I don't know what they mean by this. I don't know if they mean like the back end and the front end, or just like, I don't really understand, right? Client side Redis. Yeah, kind of like client side Redis. Yeah. So I think this is from the server to the Zero client. I think it's like an API, right? But it says you get a client side API. So it seems like you're right. It seems like you don't even talk to your server anymore to get data. Which I'm not totally sure about, really. I mean, I know it makes sense to like abstract the database like Planet Scale, but I don't know. I like having a database. You know what I mean? Client side working 5+ years. Because I put Zero in front of your server. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean zero cache, and then it is Postgres. Okay. So it is like your app talks to Zero. Oh, it is like Firebase. Look at that. Yeah, maybe it makes sense. Honestly, maybe the front end people are right. To tell you the truth, like maybe us back end people are just like, we're just dumb, old fuddy duddies. You know what I mean? Like maybe we're just on the wrong side of history. I'm sure it's great for certain types of applications. Yeah. I mean, I think it's good. I think they're saying it's good for all types, right? I know. Yeah. Honestly, like I'm always on the edge of like, I'm like always on the verge of like, is the web right? Like, is this actually good? Like, I don't know if this is what I want to spend my time on, I'd almost rather make games, tell you the truth. I don't even play games, but I'd almost rather make them. Like, I don't know. No, it's not. I'm over the whole web thing at this point. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, it's possible the web like had its time and it was like 20 years ago. That's definitely possible. Let me just build some systems or dev tools. Yeah. Does that mean I need an extra 16 gigs of RAM? Yes. Making games is pretty fun. I know I made a few games and it was fun, but like I don't, other than playtesting, I never actually sit down and like play my own game. That's what I'm like, why am I making something that I'm not going to use? Right. But then I look at my web side projects and I go, I don't even use those. So like, what am I doing? Like, but use a game library, not an actual engine. Yeah, I used MacroQuad for something. I forget what it was. And then I also used I did use like SpriteKit like years ago to make this like 2D thing, but yeah, it was fun. I like games. I like games because you can control the rendering more. It just feels better. Like I look at Bevy videos and I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, mad at me. We'll see you later. It was fun. Anyway, I don't know. Let's see. Am I gonna keep streaming for like 20 minutes and like actually try to do some coding? Yeah, that's right. Yep. Look, I mean, honestly, I don't miss the IE. but look, we're from the IE, so we could be IE streamers. All right, let me see. What am I doing here? All right, so this is where I broke down for me, and I don't know how I solved this, and I think I already solved it, but I just want to make sure. So like in the demo, they use React, right? All right, see ya. They use React to do two things, right? One, they re-render this part of the screen, right?
Hello, Peter. What's happening?
What's up? I don't even know if that went off. It was all 0. Welcome. So they use React to do two things, right? One is they update this part here, down here, and then they also update the URL, right? And they show the books here, right? So this is like a cumulative thing. So each checkbox adds each author's books, right? So it adds a little something because like if you just had each checkbox, like they are using React Router, yeah. Yep. So each checkbox, like it does something. And I tried to do this with htmx, but I started to go down a weird side quest, and I'm still on this weird side quest where I tried to get multiple checkboxes to have the same name for the form, but it didn't like quite work. And I was like, shoot, with like push URL, that was what it was. It was, okay, here, I'll show you what I did. So like if the htmx thing worked, right, and it was like an ideal, sometimes you just need client-side interaction. Yeah, I think that's what they're saying, right? So if HTML worked, or if HTMX worked, this is what you would do. You would say hx get, right? And you would say hx push URL true, right? Or whatever. And you would say like hx hx on change, right? Or hx, what is it called? I don't actually know what it is. It's the beauty of doing your own HTMX version, because then you could like have your own things that make sense to you. Oh, it's trigger, right? It's trigger. Trigger change, right? And then so now we just need hx, not swap. We need hx target. So then you do hx target, right? hx target. What is it? I don't even know what the target is. Oh, it'd be books, right? Like ID books, right? Was that books doesn't exist? Oh, it's book list. Who wrote this? Who wrote this garbage, right? So as you can see here, book list is here, right? And I can like call it because I have this macro, right? And so here you can like go to the thing and like see it. So the goal is I want to replace, I want to update, hx swap is going to be like inner HTML or something, but it's by default. So what you would do is you would say, okay, I'm going to call this getBooks URL, right? And it's going to come in here. It's going to get the authors, right? It's going to get the params, right, from the form, right? But the problem was that I have a bunch of checkboxes here with the same name, right? Let me zoom out a little bit. This looks stupid. There we go. All right, so I have a bunch of checkboxes with the same name, And for some reason, right, HTMX does not consider them all. It only gets like the last one, I think. Let's try it. Let's see what happens, right? Am I doing this? We're doing it, right? All right. Okay, here we go. Okay, bring up the thing. Okay, so we go, like, let's say we want to like show 50 Cent, right? Oh shoot. Maybe I need replicache, right? Maybe I need replicache here. Target error? Oh my gosh. I know what it is. I forgot. You can't just do this. I love Alpine Ajax, okay? I think Alpine Ajax is the best. All right. Let's see. So here we've got a 4. So here it sent the request, but it was like a bad request apparently, and I don't know why. I don't know why it gave me a 400. Probably because it didn't like author as a query string, right? Oh my gosh. Expected a sequel. Oh, right. That was my bad. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I expect a vec, right? I expect a vec of things. Get books, but it's not a vec. It's just a string, right? All right, it's still broken. So anyway, so I can't do this, right? I can't actually do this. I kind of just have to say like, db dot books by author, right? And then I could just say author, and we could rename this. Await, right? And we could delete this for now, or comment this out for now. What is it? Oh, sum. Of course. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, so I go over here, I click this, right? So it does the thing kind of. It's still kind of jank, right? And I don't know why there's a history. I don't know why there's a history cache error. I don't understand what that means, but let's look at this again. Push URL true. Maybe there's a way. We can do something a little different, right? WizNoob, welcome. Yeah, maybe there's a way we could do something a little different, right? So if I uncheck and I check, I get this like history cache error, which I really don't understand. But as you can see,
oh my God! Okay, it's happening.
It does the thing.
Everybody stay calm.
Teach.
Oh
no! Yeah, I'm doing like the most boring stuff. Teach, like you can't, you can't raid when I'm doing weird HTMX recreating vercel book stuff. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome everyone. Welcome raiders. All right. Yes.
Hello, Peter.
Welcome to the stream, to the best stream of your life. All right. Thank you, Teach. Nightshade was watching Teach, not me. I can't believe this. But yeah, thank you, Teach. I appreciate it. I would shout you out, but I feel like you're so famous that like it doesn't make any sense to shout you out. So rating someone using the competition. Yeah, I'm not actually using. Well, that is true though. I'm using Rust though. We're using Rust, by the way. Look, can only watch one stream at a time. Show us your work. What is Geckle? Dude, would you remove my personal site? What in the world? I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not now, but yeah, sounds like a perfect time to raid. All right, look, let's do more building.
Hello,
Okay,
Peter.
this is a build stream. We're building. Okay. L version of KEKW. I don't use VS Code. Dude, what in the world? Oh, Helix. Oh no, I can't say it. I can't say it. Someone's gonna deeze me. Look, I'm sorry. All right, I already said it. Okay, I use Helix. Okay, all right. Nightshade spelled it out though. Look at that. Look at it, spelled out in its entirety. All right, that's the thing. All right, anyway, so where was I? Okay, Raiders, this is what we're doing. All right, we're remaking this. Okay, look, I don't want the React Andes to have all the good stuff. So I got to figure out how to recreate this in a generic way. Okay. So anyway, this is where we are, right? So this is like vercel's book thing, right? And so it uses like React server components and use optimistic hooks and all kinds of craziness, which I don't want to use, right? So I'm trying to recreate it with HTMX, Rust, and my own web framework, Ryde. That's RYDE, by the way, right? React Flix. None of those words are in the Bible. It's true. None of those words are in the Bible, and we probably shouldn't be doing this, but here we are. Okay. So when you click a checkbox, right? They use this, they update the push state on the thing. They update the URL, and they also like show you the things from all the authors that you check, right? So as you keep going, it keeps, ooh, I got a bug. Look at this. Oh no, there's a bug. Anyway, so yeah, it tries to re-render this, right? And so htmx is letting me down, right? I wonder if someone's thought to rewrite the Bible in Rust. Dude, what? I hope not. The Bible is a great book, okay? And we should all read it, okay? The Bible does not need to be rewritten in Rust, okay? This is madness. Okay, so anyway, this is what happens. So now I have one checkbox working, right? And I have a weird history cache error because it's a skill issue with htmx. Obviously, if Carson was here, he would tell me,
Hello, Peter.
you don't know what you're
What's
doing,
happening?
right? How do you handle partial renders in terms of templates? Well, welcome. Smoked Link. Welcome. Partial renders in terms of templates? Surfcat. What in the world? What is this? What kind of stream do you think this is? You think I'm going to explain things? Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I'll explain it. All right. So anyway, so this is what happens. So here you can see that we have this working. The problem. Hello. The problem, right, is that we can't, when I do another one. Wait. Oh, yeah. When I do another one, it switches. htmx only picks up the last checkbox, right? Carson doesn't know Rust, so his opinions. Carson, honestly, like the whole double string thing, I was like, that's a good point. But of course, in Rust, we know that there are multiple types of strings, okay? We've got C strings. We got path buffs. We got path. We got OS strings. We got string slices. We have arc strings. All right. We've got strings. We've got all kinds. We need the strings. Okay. You don't understand. Okay. If you don't program Rust, you don't get it. All right. You don't get it that like you can't just have one type of string. This is madness. Okay. Like you have to have all the string types. All right. Anyway, so as you can see, it only picks up the last checkbox, right? So here, let's look at fetch. All right, let's clear this because this is madness. Okay, we can't see what's happening. All right, click. Right. Okay. We click again. Right. So here I got books, and so I check this one now, and the URL hx push URL does not do what I want it to do. Right. It only, so if I look at the payload, it only has one author in the query string. No, Carson, no. All right. So how do I do it? I'll show you. Let me look. Surfcat, if you're still here, strings are just abstractions. Yeah. Look, if you're still here, this is the Rust code. All right. This is the Rust backend. Okay. This is using Rust, Axum, and Ryde on top, right? We're riding on Rust. All right. We're going to take a ride with Rust right now. So, the way it works is this, right? You can see here that books, right? So let's start with the routes, right? We'll start with the routes. Everything starts with the routes. You got to have routes, okay? You start with this static stir, right? You start with the static stir, and we go to this handler, right? And this handler is a get request. That's why it says get. And I also duplicate get because I don't know what else to call it. All right. Now we're in the handler, right? And you can see the handler takes two parameters. One, the first parameter is the database, right? You need to have the database, right? And I can show you the definition of the database if you care. We can look at it, okay? Here's the definition of the database, right? We've got a custom written proc macro that I wrote myself. And it's like if SQLX was on steroids, right? So basically what happens is this. Two things happen, okay? The first is that you give it an ident, an equal sign, and some SQL, right? I'm not familiar with Rust a lot, but was interested in what you use for using templates when doing a partial render with that menu. You don't want to talk about the database? All right, anyway, let's skip the database then. All right, that's the best part of this whole thing, but whatever. All right, whatever. Okay, so anyway, let's go down here. This is what I use, right? I use plain old Rust functions. That's what I use. So I wrote this HTML macro. Anyway, you don't want to talk about the DB macro I wrote? We can talk about the HTML macro I wrote instead, right? So anyway, I wrote this HTML macro, right? Most sane Rust dev copium. So anyway, I have this HTML thing. So this is the list of books, right? So like this list here, is this books component, right? This book list component, which I hate the name of this. What am I doing? But I wrote it. So here you go. So we're still in the same, notice. Okay. I just want you to notice this, Surfcat. All right. I just want you to notice that if you look at the bottom left of the screen, if you look at your bottom left of your screen, let me just move over here. All right. Where am I? This? Do you see this right here? It's Rust. Okay. That is not RSX. It's not JSX. Okay. It's Rust. All right. So anyway, similar to Leptos, right? I use RSTML under the hood, but yeah, so I have this macro, right, that I ripped I kind of remixed it, right? And all this stuff. So this is how it works. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's just these divs, right? It's just these divs. And I loop over the Vecca books, right? So here we can see where it's used, right? So that we can delete this for now. So anyway, what happens is, oh, you know what? I can probably just do that. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. So I basically look for the query param author. If there is an author, I return the database stuff, the books from the database, and then I put them in this book list here, right? Yeah. Don't Tim T. Okay? That's not how you say it. All right? That is not how you say this. Okay? That's not it. Okay? The S is silent. Okay? The S is silent. All right? It's Hitmul with the silent S. Okay? Hitmul, right? A remix mentioned. Where is the HTML? Why is there code? You smelly Rust. Oh shit. Anyway, so that's how it is, right? I call this function wherever I want to return this, right? And so anyway, the problem though is that I want htmx push URL to do the right thing. And maybe there's a way. Maybe we can read the docs. Maybe we can learn something today, right? Maybe we'll learn something. Yeah, there you go. That's it. That's how you say it. All right? Hitmul. Okay? The S is silent. We're talking about this, by the way, right? This is the macro if you're curious, right? Here you go. Angular fixed this 3 years ago. Rexace, I swear to you. I swear to you. All right? Look. Okay.
Hello,
If you
Peter.
say one more thing about
What's
Angular
happening?
or Java Beans or whatever, all right. So this is it. You could go in the thing and do things. You can write HTML or whatever. You can look at the macros here, right? You've got some stuff, right? You got some lib stuff. You got some blah, blah, blah. But basically this massive proc macro, you can see here. So this is all happening in compile time, right? RSTML does the parsing of the string, and it puts it all into enums, Rust enums. And then all I have to do is just do a big match. That's it. And this is what you see here. Each node in the HTML is just a massive match. And then I just go through and I output HTML. And I try to keep track of what the static parts are. And I was heavily inspired. Okay. I was heavily inspired by one, the old before RSTML typed HTML, I think, the crate. And then I was also inspired by recently I was inspired by hypertext, I think it's called. I think that's the crate name. So yeah, I do some recursive stuff, and there's no limit on recursion, so have at it. I don't even care. Overflow your stack. Go for it, right? So yeah. Speaking of Java, meta language, got it. Nightshade's he's just mad. Okay, Nightshade's mad. What's the issue? The isn't silent in the URL? Yes, it's silent. Okay, it's silent. Lucas, welcome. Well, does it run Doom? a great question. You know what? We should work on that. All right. Maybe next stream. Did I make a DSL? No, I didn't make a DSL. No, I didn't do that. It's not a DSL. Look, this stack. All right. This is the SHTML. Okay. It's the htmx. Okay. All right. No, we're past Tim T. It's Axum. Okay. It's Ryde. Okay, and it's Tailwind. Okay. All right. So we're past the shat stack. Okay. We've gone on to the shart stack. Okay. Like we are full on sharding. Okay. All right. Like we've got it all. Okay. We've got everything. Right. This is open source. Fix your issues. It's true. No, Gadget T. No. See, you can't just move it around. Okay, that's not how this works. You got to start with the S first, okay? You can't just say trash, all right? This stack blows. It's a dirty stack. Gadget T, it's dirty, all right? It's dirty. It needs to be taken out, all right? That's what we need. Okay, anyway, let's see. So you could see this like crazy bug, right? HTMX, I want to believe that HTMX, I want to believe that it will solve this problem for me. It will push the URL into the location history. Okay. Okay. That's it. That's all the docs. Okay. Yeah, I think the real problem though is like even if let's say push URL isn't the thing, right? Let's actually get rid of it, right? So let's just it's done. Right? We're done with that. We're moving on, right? So instead what we're going to do is we're just going to do the change and we'll see like hx get by itself with this form. It like doesn't do the right thing. Like I feel like a normal HTML form will take the duplicate checkboxes with the same name and it'll just like form data them, right? Or like encode them as like a form, right? A heart stack because the S is silent. Yes, Tim T. We've got heart. Okay, it's the heart stack. All right, that's what we're doing here. Dude, right? You gotta bring it in. I swear. Like, if I hear one more thing, it's funny because when I was doing the other database thing, Rexace I was just getting destroyed because like I mean if you look at this. It looks like, what's that dumb Java thing? What is that thing called? JOO something? What was it? Like some ORM thing, right? Yeah, that's JPA. Yeah, or something. It was some weird thing. And I was like, oh, maybe this isn't the right way to do this. You know? Maybe this just is weird, right? Maybe no one wants this. So yeah, I abandoned that. But I love the name. Okay, Riz? Hibernate. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, maybe it is like Hibernate. Tell you the truth, really close. All right. So we got rid of this HTMX. So if I just do this, all I want to see, honestly, all I want to see, I don't handle HX request either. All I want to see is multiple checkboxes submit as a form, right? So let's look at the next one. Also, yes, 50 Cent wrote a book. So yeah, here you can see HTMX is definitely not doing the right thing. Right? It's doing the wrong thing. Like it doesn't take both of them and make them query string. Let's actually do a little test, right? Let's go over to the before I get crazy, right? Let's actually do a little something, right? Let's go over here to my version of HTMX, right? And let's do something. Actually, let's do this in the console. Cuz I'm really curious. I want to know if I'm wrong, and I just don't understand. I just don't understand form data, right? Like I thought for sure that the form would do the right thing. Let's give it an ID, right? The form. Okay. Recompile, good. Okay. So much for long Rust compile times. Am I right? Am I right? What do I use now? Oh, Etsy. We're talking about it. The S is silent. It's the heart stack. The S is silent. Drizzle. I use a DB macro. We talked about the DB macro. Look, I use this. Look, so this is really cool, right? I could just write SQL. I literally copy and pasted this from the SQLite schema thing, and I could like cast it as a struct. So let me show you something really cool, actually. Like, can I show you this? Can I show you something? If you look at this query, right? And I look at the type that's generated, so we can see this, right? Do you see this? You see that it's a vec of select authors, right? And this ident here, right? No, it doesn't need a square. That's a PHP thing. You don't need that. Casting a string, a string of sequence. I know. So look, if I do limit 1, look at this. If I save this, look what just happened. Did you see that it was a vec of select authors, and now it's an option? Do you see what's happening here? Like, I just changed I changed a string, right? Too much free time. I changed a string, and a new type was generated, right? So now I can go back and like look. I mean, you've never seen Rust controlled from a SQL string before, all right? You've never seen this. No one has seen this, okay? So yeah, like this also, like if I got rid of this as book, like this becomes the struct vec books, right? But I don't want vec books. I want it as the same book as the table so I can cast it. And now it's the shared book struct, right? Okay, so if I do this, right? And I look at this, right? Okay, cool. It's a vec of books, but it's a vec of like the ident, right? No good Nick, what's up? Look at that. Isn't that really cool? Anyway, so yeah. Oh, I can show you this too. So anytime you add a param, right, it becomes a input to the function. So this function takes the author option string, right? Why do you cast it to a single book? No, I know. It's not a single book. I guess I could do this. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter, right? Like I haven't fixed that, okay, in the macro, okay? It doesn't do everything, all right? It doesn't do everything. But yeah. So I can add some more, right? Where author and title is whatever, right? And so now this function has 2, author and title, right? So yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know. Look, I'm just letting you know, okay, that we at the ryde repo, we've got it all. All right, we've got it all. We've got everything you could ever want. Okay, all you gotta do is learn Rust. That's it. Learn Rust, Axum. You'll be good to go. All right. All right. So the form, right? It is a wild ride. You know what? This stream is a wild ride. All right. Let me see. Document ID. The form, right? Okay. So then how do I actually form data, right? I want to see the form data. Like I want to see what is HTML doing that I don't. What do I do? Like entries? Yeah, right. Entries. Oh, it's an iterator. What do I have to do? Like array or something? What do I do? Like a new array? Do I do this? Some kind of splice situation? Is that what I do? I don't even know what I'm doing. All right, let me see. Hold on. Let's just loop through. For each. Actually, let's do entries for each, right? And then I should have XY or something, right? Console.log. Whoops. Too much Rust. XY. It'd be cool if I could actually type freaking A. Are you serious right now? Entries is not the way? Oh, object from entries. A KV. That's what I want. I wanted that. Can I just see the form data? What's the way to see the form data? Is it object from entries? Freaking A. it's not underscore. More Rust. How do I do I like console log? Can I console log it? Oh, right. Oh my gosh. No. Well, that's true. That's true. Let's do that instead. That is actually true. Shoot, that is the form behavior. Dang it. How do you get multiple checkboxes in an HTML form? Is that not the thing? I have not done this. Author. Right? Wait, do I have multiple forms? Is that my problem? Is this a skill issue? Oh, freaking A. Dude, I'm like 100% skill. I'm glad we caught this live. I'm glad that this happened because I'm in this loop. Oh, freaking A. Dude. Dude. Wait, am I professional? Do I do web development? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Dude. Unbelievable. Honestly. How do I can't even call myself a programmer right now. Honestly. I can't even call myself a programmer. That's how bad this is. All right? That's just how bad this is. It's terrible. Like, honestly, it is horrible. Wait. Oh, I just totally ruined the form. What did I do? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What have I done? Uh-oh. Whoops. What did I do to this thing? I mean, it's definitely running. Hold on. Okay. Oh, no. What is this? Why are there two? Why are there two? Oh, shoot. I'm in authors, right? Well, I don't actually know. Oh, shoot. I did this ages ago and I remember doing a thingy, but I'm not a web dev, so fake form. Some of those are wild true. Too many items. I mean, there's a lot of items. Like, that is true. There's a ton, right? There's a lot. But I'm actually in the wrong. There's the form. Oh, okay, perfect. Look at that detail's beautifulness, though. Look at this incredible detail. Look at that. It's almost like you don't even need JavaScript for this. Like, the browser just does the thing. All right, if I click this, though, nothing's happening. I'm actually kind of concerned. I'm kind of concerned that, like, even the event is, like, not getting... Oh, is this because I have some horrible JavaScript? No, it's fine, right? I honestly, I can't even click it now. I only moved the form out. Oh, it said it made the request. Class htmx request. Oh, there's too many. You're right. There are two. Oh, wow. That took forever. Oh my gosh. There's too many. There's just too many. Let's see what it said. It actually did send, though. It actually sent. This is perfect. Let me see this. Incredible. It actually did send it. Wow. There is too many in the form. How do I solve this problem? This is okay, +1 to react because this is horrible. Honestly, the vercel people, like +1 to react because this is really bad. Just doing the naive thing. There it is, though. You could see it. It is doing it. I can't believe that takes so long. How many authors, like, there's not that many, right? The browser can't do this? Like, look, it's got, like, what, like a few? How many authors are there? How many authors are there in this stupid thing? Select, count,
Hello,
distinct,
Peter. What's happening?
author from books. Okay, so there's 28,000, right? There's 28,000 authors. Right. That's what I'm talking about, right? Dylan. Wait, why am I welcome? Oh, Dylan, good job. Vercel, good job at Vercel, by the way. Great job. You guys are doing great work. Shoot. Yeah, this stinks. Like, I honestly cannot send a form. This is it's the end. We've reached the end of htmx, of my journey to rewrite this Vercel thing in htmx. There's no way. Like, if I can't do this, I don't even know how I'm gonna. Let me just uncheck this. Dang. It's taking that long. Shoot. Am I like in high latency? No throttling. Because, I mean, honestly, the form. Okay, so it might actually be an htmx thing, though. To tell you the truth, this might actually be hxget trigger change target book list. Dude, that is insane. What if I turn on the push URL? Will it do the right thing? All right, let's see. Click this. Shoot. Also, it should be like a 405, right? Because like it should be sending me a vec. Okay, so it is working. It takes forever. But yeah. So let's see. Preview response. So what is the payload if I click another one, right? Oh, I know what I could do. I could like split up the form, right? So like each category can get its own form. But then I have to like put the forms together. Oh, so this one did fail because it is, if I look at the payload, okay, it's doing the right thing. 2 author params. See, you don't need square braces, okay? You don't need square braces. That's not above 100K, so PC can do that easily. That's not much data. I know. That's what why is it taking forever though? I don't think it's the end. Release mode? No, it's not Rust. This is not a Rust issue. Like Rust is handling it like a champ, right? I think, right? That was a solid 10 seconds. I know. Here, let me see. Let's put on tracing. Can we do tracing? Because I'm actually kind of curious. I don't think it's Rust. Like, I don't think it's a server. I think it's actually like, because even the event doesn't, like the checkbox doesn't get clicked. It's your JS somewhere. All I'm using is htmx. I don't even have, let's delete this. Static, HTMS, right? All I have is htmx, right? Booklet somewhere double? Ooh, maybe. Let me see. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. Hold on. It is, I need an hx swap. Outer HTML. That's probably what it is. Whoops. I refreshed the wrong page. Stupid. At least that's working. All right, let me see. All right. Let me just we can make sure. There should just be one form, right? Books, book list. There's just one book list. There's just one. Turn on tracing. I don't think it's not Rust. All right, let's look. We gotta get to the bottom of this before I jump. We gotta get to the bottom. What do I do? I gotta add tracing. All right, I gotta add tracing. Let's do it. Tracing. What in the world? Why does this API just keep getting more wild? Like, just give me the thing. Like, how does this? I don't need all this. All right, let's just do it. Let's just copy and paste. I honestly don't even know what is a format subscriber. I don't even know what that means. Like, I have no idea what these words mean. All right, but I think this will do it. Oh, here we go. Okay, I don't. Okay, a builder for maybe I can just do this. Nope, it's the same. All right, we'll just do that first one. Where's main? There it is. Boom, tracing. Good. Subscriber trace. All spans with with level higher than trace. Debug info 1. Okay, perfect. Up. Oh shoot. There we go. All right. Ugh. I should probably fix that. Okay, I mean, I get like looking at this, it doesn't look good. Like, it's not looking good, right? I might actually have to write JavaScript for that. Yeah, see, that's like trash, right? It didn't even hit the server yet. There, it finally went. Wait, where's my tracing? Now on your system. So dumb. Could you imagine? Just hiding in crates, hiding in plain sight. Dude, what's like the simplest way to use tracing, right? Crates, Axum. Like, what's like the easiest way to get logs? Just show me the logs. This isn't helping. Is this in it? Completes the builder. Tracing. Subscriber. Do I have to do something special? Set global default? Dude. This is why I print debug on the weekends on the same way. Oh, do I need that for Axum? Does Axum have that? Docs? Axum? Let's look. What are the feature flags? Oh, there's tracing. Look at that. Axum tracing. That's what it is. Oh, it looks so much better. You need to set up a subscribe. This is what I want. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Tracing. Okay, that's much better. Let's try it. All right, let's see if it works. We should see something already. No, I know. The True Rust experience, Gadget. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you say it. Okay? Don't you say it. Like, you act like oh, here we go. Let's act like JavaScript has it better, right? There we go. Trace layer. Oh, trace layer. Shoot. Do I need to do this? I don't know if I want all spans and stuff. With tracing format layer. If you trace layers provided, so you don't have to add that as a dependency. I mean, I guess I could make sure that it's even like on, right? Oops. Code should be enough. Yeah, there it is though, right? Oh, there, I see. I saw something. Debug. Oh, perfect. So it's definitely doing something, but it's not doing what I want it to. Even though I should have Axum tracing. It's definitely here. Definitely a thing. No levels. I need to enable the tracing layer. Okay. Trace layer. It says trace layer is provided by Tower H. Okay, so maybe I just do this. I don't actually want to customize. I just want to log. Max level trace or possibly trace. Man, everyone has a really everyone knows a lot about tracing. Shoot. We can just do this, right? No layers, right? Oh, you want me to try trace? Well, that's a bummer. Oh, you know what I could do? We could just cargo fetch maybe? No. We can cargo. Should we start? No, I don't want to start over. I think I need to do this tracing layer, right? Maybe that's what it takes. I don't know. Whoops. Maybe I can just do this. Come on now. Oh, you have to add that? Oh. We'll get there. We will get there. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Cargo add. What am I doing? Tower HTTP? Whatever. We'll just do it. Restart the LSP because why not? You know? Is this default? Dude, I swear. I'm going to lose my mind on this. Dude. We'll get there. Oh, trace. That makes sense. Oops. Wrong one. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Oh, perfect. Finally. All right. It was the trace layer. Whoever said the trace layer wins a prize. All right, here we go. We're clicking. We are clicking. I didn't even. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is a JavaScript problem. This is an HTML. This might be actually be an HTMX problem. If I click this thing, see how long that took to even send the request? That is not Rust, right? That is not a Rust issue. Like, do you see how fast it returned back? Do you see this on request, on response? Rust is handling like a champ. 82 milliseconds, right? That's fine. show the htmx code. Let's go into it. I haven't actually read it, but like all I'm doing, like I bet you if I actually take away htmx, it'll be fast. Let's try that. Let's actually try that. hx get. This is freaking web. Like I'm switching to games. I'm done with the web. All right, I'm switching to games. All right, let me see. How much? I got like 10 minutes. All right. Let's just get rid of this and just do like a regular action. URL get books, right? Is that what it is? Yep, that's what it is. Method get, because that's how we do it. And we'll just comment these out for now, right? This will literally do a whole like thing and return just the books, right? So let's go back to get books now. If I do this form with method get, I need to redirect. I can't just return HTML. Oh, I can't return HTML. Build me a Saga orchestrator. What, Dylan? What even is that? What is that? I don't game it as peanuts, surely. I mean, at least I won't run into this. Like, my form can't submit a thing. What is it? What is a Saga orchestrator? What is that? I don't know what that is. Microservices? No. Monolith. Skill issue. Distributed transactions? No, we're not going to do that. No. Distributed systems are just like the web is I don't know. All right, let me see. Let's see if I click this. Oh, let's go back. We have to actually restart. All right, did I restart the thing? There we go. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, click this. Look how fast that was. Do you see that? Oh, I have to actually there's no JS, so now I can actually click the thing. I have to have a submit. I have to have a submit button, right? So let's go back. Form. Go back down to form. Okay. Let's do like input type submit, whatever. We don't care how it looks, right? Value equals submit. Okay. Click this. Well, we're not doing fetch anymore. We're just doing full on no Ajax, right? And we'll go down here to submit. We'll submit it. I don't know what to say. Let's see the code. Let's see the code. I am not the one that chose to use multiple NoSQL data stores. It'd be fine if I just had Postgres or MySQL. Life is always better when you have SQL. HTMX is mid? Dude, this is my problem. Like, honestly, this is my problem with HTMX. Now, let's redo this real quick. What do I have, 5 minutes? Let's redo this real fast, right? We're going to not use HTMX, and we're going to see. If I just do a console logon click, and let's do like a form, let's do a quick form data, right? The M in HTMX stands for mid. Dude, honestly, like, okay, so I don't know what they're doing. This is my problem with HTMX though. It's my bigger problem. I have a larger problem. And this is a symptom of the issue. Rewrite in Rust? Dude. Yes, rewrites our website in 5 minutes. All right, let me see. So let's come back. Let's do our own quick HTMS. Let's go back to this, and this is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do just straight vanilla raw dog JavaScript. All right. Career selector all form hxget, right? We'll call it xget because I don't wanna do for each, right? L. You never seen something more boring in your life, okay? We are using boring technology right now. All right, this is super duper boring. Okay, so if I just click, oh, you know what? I bet you it's the event listeners. He doesn't let the event listeners bubble up to the top. Let's look at HTMX. I don't want to read through HTMX. It's like 14K JavaScript. Raw.js will be the next framework that is literally just shims. I bet you if I do this like this way with this for each, add event listener, that is the problem, right? Add event listener to click, right? Or we could say add if, let's see, get attribute, right? Oh no, because we're on the form. That's fine. We only have one form. This is okay, right? So we can say X click, right? Because what do we do? X trigger? What was the thing called? HX trigger? Change? All right. Let's do X change, right? Add event listener change. Okay. And then we'll do what is the thing? Do I have an element here? What is this? Like what even is add event listener? Is that how the syntax for this? I don't know. Let's see. L dot, we'll just console.log. Let's just see it. I want to see how fast it is. Right? With just this. All right. Are we loading? Are we loading htmx? Can I actually see it? What has happened? All? Oh, wrong one. All right, now we got it, right? Let's see. All right, there it is, right? Oh, that's htmx. Oh, I didn't restart the server. All right. HTMX versus HTMS? What? What? Let me think about this for a second. Embed static files in the binary. It'd be nice if we can actually pick it up though, right? It would be nice. Render static files. It's another, guess what it is? Guess what it is? It's another macro. Okay. Rendered hash script. Is it not JS? What did I do wrong? It's fine, right? It's fine. I don't see why it wouldn't be yeah. How do I, what in the world? How is this? That's not going to help me. Oh, it's, yeah, it only has macros. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, why? Apply to less such a mood? Yeah, it is. I'm just like so frustrated. Look, the moral of the story is just feed Dylan's family and use vercel. Okay? Just don't look at what I'm doing. All right? I'm trying to recreate the wheel here. All right? Just use React. I give up. You know what? The web is broken. All right? React is the medicine. Okay? What? Are you serious right now? The whole app is though. The whole app is macros though. It is correct. That is correct. What did I do wrong here? What if I add something abc.js? Oh wait, static abc.js. And I like do I have to clean? Is that what I have to do right now? To get the binary to update? Like, does it not I could have sworn I've done this before. Maybe in dev I should not embed the files in the binary. Definitely shouldn't do that. Now that I'm thinking about it, in dev I should probably just serve the files directly, right? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, that's super annoying. All right. Anyway. Okay, let's look at console. Click. 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 Okay, cool. It's okay still. Yeah, I should really xget URL getbooks. I don't really want to clean every time, right? That's super annoying. What did I call it? Xget change, right? Let's see how slow it is. Oh, it's fast. Okay. Yeah, it's fast. That's fine. So then we can actually like see. What was the thing? Object.form entries? Is that what it was? What are we doing? Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Little Jimmy over Little Jimmy can eat, okay? Thanks to you. And thank you for every day you use React and Vercel. A little Jimmy around the world can eat some food, okay? All it takes is just $1. For $1, for 1 minute of your life that you're using React, little Jimmy can eat some. Oh, let me see. New form data on this, right? L. Yeah, right? No, not L. This outer L, right? We'll call this outer L. We'll just say form, right? There we go. Form, and we'll just call this input, right? There we go. That's better. Input. This though, object from entry, form, right? Form data entries, and we'll just look at it and see how slow it is, right? Okay, so we can see. So here's author, right? Okay. So the problem is that it's only getting the like it's fast, but it's only getting the last one, right? It's still only getting one, right? Dude, we are debugging deep. We're going so deep. One vercel deployment a day keeps little Jimmy's hunger away. That's what I wanted to say. That's the one. That was it. Object from entries does that. Okay, let's not do that then, right? Let's actually take the form data. Let's actually take the form data and we'll make our own, right? Let form data. Can we form data to JSON or something? Let's just, yeah. Oh, I already looked at this. But we need multiple. Oh, look at this. Reflect. Oh, shoot. In favor of object has on property. What in the world? Why did they rename this? Okay, let me think. Multi-select list or other. Exactly. Let me see. Object push. Okay, let's just copy and paste this blindly. Right? This is perfect. This is exactly what we need. I gotta get my auto formatting working on this. This is terrible. JSON? Var? Better believe that. We're using var for sure. Okay, let me see. All right. Okay. Dang, this is so fast now. Form data is not defined. Form data. I'm gonna define your form data. Form. All right. Man, so much from Rust being slow to compile, huh? There it is. Look at this beautiful, beautiful piece. Look at this. This is exactly what we needed. Why htmx does not do this, I have no clue. Okay? I do not know, right? URL search programs, new form data. Oh, binary. Dude, that's the one. Oh, because it's get, right? Let's see. New URL. Your HTMX code must be bad. My HTMX code? Yeah, I wrote HTMX. Search params, right? Is that what it is? New form data? Oh, dude, we're going to be cooking right now, okay? We got to just let binary cook, okay? 2-string? Wait, why do you need 2-string? Let's look at what it is. This might be the end. This might be the end of this side quest. Dude, that's it. That was the one. Okay, that was the one. I'm totally blurry now. Look at this. That was the one. Carson, HTML, how could you do this to us? Okay? How can you do this? Vercel had this working in a cave with scraps, okay? With React. Like, how can you not do this the right way? Freaking A, man. Freaking A. It's fast. Like, it's totally fast. All right. So let's do this, and we'll do, what's this stupid history push state API? I know there's like 3 things, right? History push state. It's like change a query parameter, URL, search params, new URL. Can we just history push state with the params, state and URL? I think I just need nothing, right? Let's get that working first, then we'll deal with the server in a second. The server is going to be the easiest part, right? Because the thing's already a vec. Whoops. Wrong tab. Wrong tab. Dude, it's that one. It's that one GIF. What was that GIF? Antonio something? Banderas or whatever? What was it? Computer GIF, right? It's this. This is me. All right? This is me right now. Okay? Do you see this? That's me. All right? But my hair is not that beautiful. But, you know, if I grew it out, it's possible that it could be. You know? This is how I feel. Okay? This is how I feel right now. All right? Thank you, Binary. Thank you. Everyone in the chat, I appreciate it. He kind of looks like, is that what you look like, Rexace? Is that what you look? Are you Antonio Banderas? What's my hair type? I don't know. I think it's made out of protein somehow. I don't know. What is my hair type? All right, so this is working. Let's try to hook up the server, right? Let's try it. And we can clean this up later, right? Let's try. Look, the moral of the story is HTMX is mid. Okay, the M does stand for mid, and we learned that today. We learned that the hard way. Okay, we learned it the hard way. It's sad.
Hello, Peter.
I should get Carson on, and I should show him this example and be like, "Look at what you have done." Okay, look at what you have done. Fillet of me, exactly. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Fillet of me. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about fillets. I'd ironically do. Oh, Carson. I don't actually know him, though. We only follow each other on Twitter. Seems like a rough edge. No, it is, for sure. Like, it's not good. Like, the fact that it was rewriting call it... I almost said that. I just add him. Yeah, maybe I will. I would like, Carson, why don't you try to submit multiple checkboxes with push URL? Okay, true. Why don't you try it? Why don't you give that a shot? All right, let me see. So we'll do like X target real quick. X target. What was it called? Book list. We can just change it. We could just say X replace, right? That's what I really want anyway. Like, that's what I really want to say, you know? So we can just get the attribute. Const replace, and then we could copy over my stuff. And then I'll be done. Okay, what time is it? Oh my gosh, I've been streaming for so long. Okay. Let me see, X replace, form.get attribute, right? X replace, right? And then we could like copy over this stuff. What did I have? What that was working? Was it optimistic? No. Oh yeah, it was optimistic to dos. It was. It was. App.js. Let's see. I also have his numeric. Hit targets. We need that. We're gonna need that. Oh, we're gonna need that. We're also gonna. Oh, I just closed it. Static. App.js. We're also gonna need. Oh, I have input JSON. We don't really need that, right? We basically just need this stuff. Okay, good. Good. And then we also need update DOM would be good, right? That would be nice. And then one last thing. Yes, I'm already halfway to rewriting htmx. we're getting there, okay? We're getting there. Let me see. Request then. This is looking good, but no optimistic, right? That comes later, right? That comes later. All right, so on change, we're gonna do this. Right, we'll see how slow this code is. Okay, so method action. We're not gonna there's no body for now, right? No. Actually, we get. Oh, this is JavaScript. We don't have to do that anymore, right? Function request. Oh, it's async. Uh-oh. Why did I do that? Why did I do async? Oh, that's fine, right? It could be async, right? Text. Okay, so blah, blah, blah. Update DOM. Oh, wait, this was what I wanted, actually. This one. There we go. Dude, let's see. Yeah, so action's going to be this. Method is going to be hard-coded to get because we're already in get, right? And so we will do this. We will check out what's happening in request, I guess. But I'm not actually sure if it's good. Let's see. Rewrite htmx has the same problems. Don't click the link and get distracted. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let me see. How to use an htmx CEO? Call it mid. Look, I'm just... probably this. Like, I'm in between here. I'm not this. I'm like in between, but I keep my hair so short that it like doesn't matter. And I have like gray hair, so like that doesn't really matter either. So, but I mostly have gray hair from htmx. htmx talks no diving, CEO quitting. I'm also CEO and it's made. All right, let me see it. Let's see if it's slow, right? Request get action. Action is this, right? Let's go over to the server. We'll go over to get books, right? We'll come back over here, right? We'll change this query param to a vec of strings, right? Which I hope that Axum understands correctly, right? And then I want to put back my thing, books, vec, blah, books.extend, whatever, db books by author. We will literally do an n+1 straight up, okay? Straight up, authors dot, or no, we're just going to do a 4, okay? That's how bad it is, okay? That's how bad it is. Let books, bam, they get this every time. Boom, we extend books, we return books. It's looking good. Honestly, this is the best Rust code I think anyone's ever seen. Really? I mean, you know, at this point, remove this mute. I don't think so, man. Oh, we just do rows, right? There we go. Done. All right, so let's see. We restart the server. We will debug as we go, right? We will debug as we go. Uh-oh, it's not looking good already. All right, that already wasn't looking good. URL is not defined. Oh. We got to actually hang on. We got to hang on to the actual, this is just the search params, right? Search params is this, right? We can say search params. And then we could say const URL equals, what is it? Window.locate. What was the example again? What was the stupid thing? Const new URL location, right? There we go. Perfect. Search params dot set. Uh-oh. That's not what I want to do. I could probably just do something like this, right? Let URL, URL plus search params. I mean, what is the search params? What is the, well, actually we care about URL, right? Search params. Oh, perfect. Reading the docs. Look at me. Reading the documentation. New URL search params. How do we actually like just update it with a string? Just hit it with a string. That's all I want. A read-only property of the URL interface returns a search params object. Append. Oh, append. Appends a specified key value pair as a new search parameter. Has keys set. Sets the value with a given search parameter to a given value. Returns an iterator allowing. Okay. Oh, I see. I'd have to make a new one, right? Oh, I did make a new one. Okay, so with the URL, I can probably just say something like this. Yeah, but like, what if I, what if I, sorry, work. N+1 doesn't seem bad when my, it's true. No, there's no way. Cause like, what if, all right, let's just do it. That's fine. Let's just do it. Let's just do it the dumb way, right? I'm okay with that. Let's just do it the dumb way. What was I looking at? We'll just literally copy your thing, right? We'll just copy this. URL equals this, right? What do you like, location? Feels wrong. It feels wrong. I think this is probably, I don't even need to do this. I can probably just like loop through all of these entries and like add them as search params, but it's fine. Because I'm going to get this location, but what I really want is like location. I don't want the rest of it. Location dot href. That's what I want, right? Or maybe I want location dot, there's no location base. Oh, maybe just href origin. There we go. Perfect. Okay, let's do that. Search params, right? Good. URL. Just for my sanity, you know? Just for my sanity. Seach params. All right. So it was slightly slow though. Right? It was slightly slow. That's not great. I really got to fix. I got to get that working. Okay. But that was weirdly slow though. I will say that for what it is. It's not good. It wasn't looking good. My htmx rewrite is already running into problems. It's not looking good. Yeah, it was Siege Brands. Let's see. Ooh, that was like, that I didn't like that. I don't like that. And also my thing didn't update the look how slow it is. That's terrible. Where's my updated HTML? Oh wow. That's bad. The browser is being really slow. Am I like in an infinite loop or something? Oh, update targets. That's going to be nothing for now, right? Okay, let me refresh this. Ooh. Yeah, don't like that. Do not like that at all. I don't like that. It's not looking good. It's looking pretty jank. That was a little faster though, right? That was a little faster, right? The W in HTMS is for winning. Wish.com. Reactant. Let me see. So here's the URL we're sending, right? Author. Okay. And then what happens? The fetch finished. So let's look at what happened here. Payload was this, right? The response came back as nothing, which is not looking good. Probably because it was a 404. Let's see. Request get started processing. It didn't even tell me what it is. It doesn't even say what it is. Let's go. Whoops. What did I just do? Oh. Let's go back to Rust. Get books. I honestly don't even think it, hello. I don't even think it hit it, to tell you the truth. I think it was just like a 404. No, it says 200. Why is it returning nothing? What am I doing? I don't even see hello here. All I see is, oh, because I'm trying to do books. Oh my gosh. This is what I get. I did location.origin. I do need href. Dude, what in the world? What in the world is wrong with me? I actually need not location. I actually need the thing that's the form. So dumb. So dumb. We'll get there. We will get there. Can I do plus equals? Is that a thing? You don't need to split that. Really got to get my LSP working for JavaScript. TypeScript would have saved me a little bit, huh? Perfect. Null. Perfect. That's what I want to see. Bad request. Perfect. All right, so it doesn't like this, right? It doesn't like that there was one, right? But if I send this one, what happens? I guess Axum doesn't really do what I thought it was going to do. So I sent 2, right? But so I sent 2 authors, right? And Axum does not like that. They do not like this. Wait. Books, author. They don't like this. Interesting. Yeah, let's look at the 400. Trace. Oh, perfect. Look at this. I can actually read this. Failed to deserialize query string. Invalid type string. Oh, the string is... Okay. And then what's the other string? Author. Okay. Failed to deserialize. Okay, so it is. They think it is a string. So we can split ourselves, right? That's fine. I don't mind. Right? I don't mind. Authors is a string now. We'll comment this for now, right? All right. Request interceptor. It's looking good. Uh-oh. But other than that, though, right? Oh, shoot. No, it's slow. It's slow again. The browser is now slow. Oh, no. Oh, I'm pushing the wrong URL. Interesting. There must be something here. There must be something. Yeah, I'm pushing the wrong URL, but that's fine. Right? From form data, it should be search params. I should push state URL plus search params, right? Or I can just do this. Yeah, Chrome is seriously breaking down. Look, honestly, the React people. Ooh, yeah, that was slow. That was super slow. Interesting. So it must be a web thing. Like the events just can't do it. They can't keep up, right? The DOM it can't do it. Wow. Wow. Interesting. There's too many elements in this form. That was okay. That was all right. Oh, wow. No, the browser is like really falling apart. Maybe because I'm in a loop or something. It's probably something I did. But I mean, that's like fairly good. That's fairly quick. I don't mind this. Yeah, it's not bad. But I mean, I do want to send 2. And now it gives me that 400 again. It's like an option. It's like an optional vec. I have to duplicate field, failed to deserialize, duplicate field author. All right, that's a whole separate thing, but at least I can actually send multiple, right? That's a separate thing, which is fine, right? That's fine. At least we sent all the authors, right? Oh, wow, look at all this. I'm sending a ton. I am doing the wrong thing. But anyway, I just had to look at Axum. But yeah, okay. I'm done. I got to go back to work. This was crazy. You know what? Dylan and vercel they just keep winning. Okay, they're suffering from success. You know what I mean? Authors A, B, C, D, E, F. Yes, I know. I'll have to debug that, but instead of author. Yeah. I mean, now that I'm in control, Bluvian, I'm trying to do the HTML thing, right? Which if you take an HTML form, it is it's going to be, and if it's a get, it's a query string, it's author equals author, right? Did HTMS win? HTMS did win. Okay? We're all winners here. All right? But no, HTMS, it did work. It did work, but I am sending multiple, but I'm doing something weird with the URL stuff. So I have to figure that out. I really just want to just not do this, right? I really I'm seeing this URL search params and see I'm adding to the URL, right? But it should work though, right? But I'm doing this push state and I'm adding to the URL, and that's why I didn't want to do this. I wanted to use href instead, right? I didn't want to mutate URL, but I guess I get every single I have to do this in the change. There's your problem. I have to restart URL from the beginning. Maybe that'll do it. Let's see. Look at that URL. It's ridiculous. Yeah, that's it. Yep. Okay, that's it. That was it. This is outrageously slow. The browser is falling apart. Like, I don't know. I can't describe to you. I clicked console like a while ago. I don't know what I have done. Okay, I don't know what I did to deserve this, but the browser is unresponsive. Oh no, it's still for some reason the web page is good. What if I close? Can I close this? The browser tools are like completely unresponsive. Dude, this is so bad. There's just too many elements in the form. Yeah, as soon as I click this. Unbelievable. Wow. All right. Well, I have to figure out how to do this with, I don't think there is a way, honestly. The solution is switch to React. Yeah. Just switch to React, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'll be writing leptos here pretty soon. You never know. I give up on the web. Okay. I give up on forms now. Okay. I'm done. I renounce my forms. All right. I gotta get out of here. Is anyone on? Should I raid? Should I raid anyone? Let's see. If Trash Puppy is on, that's an auto raid. Okay. No. Oh, Sam Griffin. Another auto raid. Right? Oh, let's actually get there, though. Let's actually get there. Let's not watch the ad. We'll wait for the ad to go away, and then we'll do it. Dude, I'm honestly kind of bummed. To tell you the truth, I'm honestly, look at this. This is so this is so bad. Like, I'm sure it's my JavaScript, I guess, but my JavaScript's not really doing anything. Like, it's hardly doing anything. I can get rid of these console logs, I guess, but like, it's not really doing too much. Like, there's not a ton going on here. It's just a lot of a deep DOM tree. Okay, maybe if I just restart this tab. If I click this, okay, it's pretty fast. If I click this, oh, we're okay now. Oh, it was just the tab. Oh, that's fine. I'm okay with that. That's okay. Okay, now everything's fine. I don't give up forms. I'm still on the form train. Don't use React. All right, let's see what he's doing.
A good idea.
HTMC? Dude, that throughput though.
But
That
we'll wait
massive
with that for
throughput. All right. Banking infrastructure runs it. Like, that's COBOL is always winning. Okay.
All right, so that's the deep gradient.
Raid. We're
Look at
anti-pro
11
React.
labs.
Okay, we're anti-pro React, right? All right, let's see you. All right, see you everyone. It was fun. I'll be back
Oh, and have I not
at some
signed
point.
up with a
At some
key
point,
for
possibly
that?
tomorrow. We'll
No,
see.
I think we're good.
Bye.